I'm Jonathan McDonald here with Tony Gallagher of Province Sports. And Tony, I can't believe that in mid-November, we're actually talking about the Vancouver Canucks being in first place, not just the Western Conference, basically first place in the league, tied with the Tampa Bay Lightning. This must be some kind of mirage. So is it too early for you and I to talk about playoffs?
Well, it's certainly not too early to talk about playoffs. They did get passed by Anaheim last night, so they are out of first, mercifully. That takes the pressure off, so to speak. But, you know, when you look forward to a playoff spot, you realize, you know what, you were saying just before we went on this little clip here that it was 20% of the season gone. So they got a fair crack at it here now because they put themselves into contention. The teams to watch, obviously, are Minnesota and Dallas. Dallas handled them very, very easily in that game in Dallas. Obviously, Vancouver didn't play very well, but I think you have to assume that Dallas is at least the equivalent or maybe marginally better than Vancouver based on that game. Minnesota is, along with Dallas, 10 points now behind the Canucks. That's a fair distance. But you got to remember, Minnesota has 3 games in hand, Dallas has 2. So the standings are illusory at this point. We know Calgary is apt to fall out of the top 8. There's a chance that Nashville may fall off, but if Nashville doesn't fall off, it's going to get very testy at the end. Minnie is going to come. We suspect Dallas will come. Colorado has eliminated themselves virtually. They have a terrible goal differential. They're right at the basement of the league. They've gone into a tailspin of monstrous proportions. It doesn't look like they're going to recover. They're a streaky team as they showed last year, but it looks like they've streaked right out of contention at this point. So the Canucks have put themselves in contention. They look solid.
Okay, what is it about them? I'm going to ask you 2 questions here. First, what is it about the Canucks that make them a playoff team in your mind?
Well, obviously a second line, which is something that they've never had before. They have a playmaker, a guy who can make a play to either Higgins or Burrows. And, you know, I don't even think that they've been aligned correctly yet. When Willie Desjardins figures out what his personnel really is, I think he's going to make some changes that could really improve. I mean, obviously, hopefully Radim Verbata is back and their first line is intact soon. That should happen as early as Friday. He could get back. But, you know, you can't have Yannick Hansen on there. Is Chris Higgins a long-term option for that line? Right now, he and Bonino have some chemistry, and it'll be a while before they ever go away from that, assuming they all stay healthy. But if there ever are injuries on that second line, I think there's lots of guys. They can go to Vey. They can go to Zach Kassian. There's a number of options, and I think in many cases those options might even be better than what they have right now if there is some chemistry which develops. The things that can really hurt them, and I think, did you want to talk about that? I mean,
yeah, I mean,
the
absolutely.
things that can hurt them, I think, are obviously, significant injuries. If Henrik goes down, I mean, those are obvious, right? Or if Bonino goes down, they have no answer for Bonino. They have no second-line center, the guy that they can step in. And, of course, if they were to lose one of their top 4D, I think that would really hurt them. If Edler or Tanev, Bieksa or Hamhuis, any one of the 4 go down for any length of time, this team could find themselves in a bit of a tailspin.
Last thing, quickly, Tony. I know you're surprised at how competitive the Canucks have been this season. Do you expect that to continue, and what do you chalk that up to?
Just a determination to overcome last year. They've made really good changes in the offseason. Benning looks like he really knows what he's doing, which is nice. And also, this team is just, they had a great core. It was basically they're playing the way Gillis wanted to go. It's just that he never got a chance to implement his own plan. These guys came in and implemented pretty much the same plan and made some great off-season acquisitions that have really put an exclamation point to date.
Okay, well, it's been a quiet stretch here. The Canucks, of course, host the Arizona Coyotes Friday night. They don't play again until next Wednesday in Edmonton. Thanks for joining me, Tony.
You're welcome.